today is Thursday, September 4th, 2025. And even though today was a green day for me, it doesn't really feel like a green day because I am still under 250, which is like my old all-time high, I believe. Yeah, so 252, 253, somewhere around there, or 254 actually. It was my old all-time high. So even though today is a green day, it doesn't really feel like a green day. And of course, my Roth IRA is still hovering at around 1600, unfortunately. But hopefully AMD will turn around here. The NASDAQ is also doing very well, up over 1% today. And as for an update on my transaction history, nothing to update you guys other than my Nike dividend is coming October 1st for $211.20. And as for today's standouts, Kohl's is doing very well, up over 3% today. American Eagle earnings reaction doing amazing, up over 38%. But unfortunately, Lululemon down over 11.5% today. Sorry for any of you guys that happen to be Lululemon shareholders, but I mean, I was never bearish on the company, but I always just kind of avoided it. I didn't really understand the hype. I know they sold those like viral yoga pants or whatever, would always talk about their yoga pants. But yeah, I never really understood the hype. I always kind of avoided the stock. I never once owned it or traded it, I believe. But I did talk about Kohl's and American Eagle a lot. Those stocks have been doing very well recently. Nike and VFC, they've also somewhat been doing well. Maybe not as much as Kohl's and American Eagle, especially American Eagle. But I did want to let you guys know that in my E-Trade account that I've been telling you guys about, it is now at 5.5, so $5,500. And I did go ahead and close my American Eagle call option. So the only one I have now is Kohl's, and then the rest of the account I believe is just in cash. So I have been doing very well. I am grateful for that, even though I am slightly under all-time highs in my Robinhood account. My IRA isn't at 1900 anymore, and I mean my E-Trade account is doing well. Maybe not as good as my Robinhood account, but it's still doing very well. I can't complain. So things are going good. Most of my E-Trade account is in cash, which is just like my speculative trading account. My Robinhood brokerage account, I could have hedged a bit more on my main brokerage account. I could have hedged it a little bit better, especially on Robinhood, but it is what it is. Same thing with my IRA. Maybe I could have cashed out because, Roth IRA, there's no taxes. So maybe I could have been trading in and out just to kind of reduce my exposure to AMD in that one. But it is what it is. I can't complain too much. I'm doing very well. I'm doing better than most. I'm still outperforming the market in all of my accounts. I am grateful, but at the same time, I could always improve, and I'm always just kind of beating myself up for not doing as good as I could have, if that makes any sense. Now, I did also want to give a quick shout out to all of my subscribers for coming in and helping me during my darkest hour. If any of you guys saw my last video, you guys will know that I was a bit butthurt. Nobody was giving me any feedback for my 1,000 subscriber special kind of like t-shirt limited edition thing. So I was a little bit butthurt about that, not gonna lie. It felt a lot worse than Liberation Day when I lost over 6 figures due to Donald Trump's tariffs. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I was a little bit butthurt about that, even more so than seeing my account drop $100,000 in value. Just kidding, I'm just messing with you guys. But we do have Chicken Joe saying, I was meaning to comment on the last vid about the merch. I was driving though. All right, Chicken Joe, already with the excuses. Just kidding. But personally, I wouldn't buy the merch. Only investing financial merch I like are funny shirts or shirts with some joke on it. Honestly, either way, I low-key wouldn't buy it because I'm broke. All right, man. I mean, all you had to say was it's a trash idea. All you had to say was you don't like my design, but it is what it is. So I have been thinking like maybe like my special t-shirt thing that I'm only going to have like 10 of. Maybe I'll just do like a giveaway of that or something. I'm not really sure yet. But as for the investing financial merch with funny jokes on it, I originally wasn't going to do that just because I didn't want to be cliche and just copy every other content creator. But I mean, if that's what everybody is asking for, because Asuka is also saying I would definitely buy a t-shirt with some bad financial advice on it depending on the price. So maybe I will consider it just because some of you guys are asking for it. You know, I thought it would be cringy for me to kind of copy other people or whatever. So that's why I kind of went the route of making one without any words on it. But if that's what everybody wants, I will go ahead and try to come up with something. But we have A. Carl saying, we've been in a bull market now since the beginning of 2023. The NASDAQ is very richly valued. A lot of people are nervous that we may see a downturn. Payroll print on Friday is going to be huge. If it comes in very low, we could see a 2% pullback easily in a day. And honestly, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Even though, like I said, I haven't hedged as much as I could have. But a 2% pullback, you know, maybe that results in Robinhood down 5% or so. And I'm fine with that, you know, close out my cover calls, whatever. If it doesn't end up happening and we end up going up to like 125, 150 on Robinhood, it is what it is. I mean, that's just going to make me a lot more money. So either way, I'm like somewhat happy about the position that I'm in. Maybe not so much on the downside, because if we do see a big pullback, I'm not as protected. If we do see a big pullback, I'm not as protected on the downside. But it is what it is. Basically, I'm ready for whatever. I can't wait to see what happens towards the end of this year, going into 2026. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm hoping for an upswing so I can push out some more cover calls. But if it doesn't end up happening, then it is what it is.